We are going live on Craps Live. Alright, now I need to do a couple things here. I'm going to share I gotta share the link to the live on social media. Okay. All right. I hope y'all are having a great weekend. We are going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to be showing a new strategy tonight. I gotta do a couple housekeeping things. So give me a minute here to get myself organized and we'll get started. Okay. That's good. We're good there. Okay. All right. We're going to get started. Hopefully the volume is working. My computer's been doing some weird stuff. So we're just going to go with what we have here. And I wanted to go live on Craps Live because I have a new strategy. It's not mine. It is another YouTube user explained 135 across. He might have called it something different, but I am going to call it 135 across because that's what I know it as. He might have called it something different. I was trying to find his channel because I want to give him credit for this. So I apologize that I can't give him credit because this strategy works for me. It may not work for everybody, but for me, it works. And I'm going to explain why it works. I'm going to make some notes because I want to make sure I explain everything to you guys. I want to explain everything about this so that way if you go to your local casino, there may be some stuff with your local casino that doesn't match what I'm going to explain, and then you may get different results because of that. Okay, so as you can see on our screen, we have the simulator running. I downloaded this from crapsage.com. So let me pull up their website for a minute. Hopefully this doesn't screw up anything. So crapsage.com is a pretty good website. There is a link on their homepage for free craps. So if you click on that, there is a version that shows up on the computer. And then there's a link that says download the craps game to your computer. So I'm going to click on download. And there is our simulator. The download says craps in green, but it's in blue. So I don't know why it says that, but I want to make sure that I give credit to the Craps Age website software people because they built this simulator and I think it works pretty good. The only thing that might not be accurate is that in software, even though they might say roll the dice randomly, if you roll the dice in real life and then you compare it to rolling it on a computer, the random number on the computer does not exactly match up with the random roll in real life. And I'm going to explain that. So I'm going to start a notepad. I'm going to make the font big. Today is April 9th. I'm going to make notes as we go. And sorry that my fingers are giant on the camera because that's where my webcam is. So as we go, I'm going to make notes on the notepad so that way you can, I might mumble it or something, and I want you to see exactly what I'm explaining so that way if you don't understand something, hopefully I can write it down for you. So this video is going to be about a new strategy that I went to a casino and I tried it. And this video is not necessarily for beginners. I do a lot of beginner videos and I will do more of those on YouTube very soon in which I explain the game of craps, what all the pieces are. But for tonight, as of right now, this video is going to focus on what this new strategy is. So if you don't understand the game of craps, you're welcome to stay, but there might be some stuff I say that doesn't really make sense, and I can't get into it right now. But I will make more videos explaining what craps is and how to play it in future videos, maybe even later tonight. But I'm just really excited about this new strategy. I'm calling it 135 across. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by explaining how it works. And then the second part of the video, we're going to run the simulation. And we're actually going to play a full game of craps. And we're going to see if it's going to work for what we're trying to do. So, the table settings, when you go to the casino, you will find a table that you're comfortable with. The first thing you have to look for is the table minimum. So, I went to the Venetian, which is a casino in Las Vegas, and they had a $15 minimum. And this strategy did not work because you have to change your bets throughout playing, and you have to what I call regress on your bets, which means you may have a $50 bet and you regress or you take it down to $10. So if you hear me say regress your bets, It's taking it from a larger amount and making it smaller. And for this strategy to work, you can't play on a $15, $25, any higher amounts. It has to be a $10 table minimum, so you can go down to $10 on each place bet. The other thing you want to do is take your time. You don't want to be in a rush to place bets, because what I noticed was when I went to the table, the dealers would ask me, hey, do you want a yo? Do you want a crap shot? Do you want the bonus? And part of it is they're trying to be helpful, but the other part is they're kind of like a salesman. So they want you to put money in, and if you're going to do this strategy and you want to get it to work, you need every dollar of your bankroll that you have. So you don't want to put a dollar here, a dollar there, because that will add up and your bankroll will start to go down. So your bankroll for this strategy is $500. And for probably a lot of people, that's pretty high. But what I found was that I would use other strategies that would only take like $50 or $100, and they weren't working. I would try them out. They weren't even working on the simulator. So I thought I could somehow go to the casino and it would magically work. It didn't work. So for this strategy, I'm going to be taking $500, and that's going to be my starting bankroll. So as you can see in our simulator, hopefully you can see that, it automatically defaults to $999. If I could make a recommendation to the software, I would ask the developers to please make it where you could go into the settings and change the starting amount, because I think only once I took $1,000 or over $1,000 to a casino, and I'm not going to do that again. For me, there may be other people watching this that $1,000 isn't that big of a deal, so more power to you. My videos are more for the average player or the player that doesn't bet high amounts. So to most of my viewers, $500 is going to be a lot of money. So the other thing I want to talk about is I want to say the disclaimer before we get too deep into this video. The disclaimer is you are not guaranteed to make money. On a craps table, you don't want a 7 to be rolled. So, sorry, I am taking notes. If you go to a table and they're going to roll 7, 7, 7, which I've been at a lot of those, this strategy isn't going to work. And no strategy is going to work. So it doesn't matter what your strategy is unless you're betting the don'ts, which is the dark side. Yeah, if you happen to come across a table and there's a bunch of 7s, then you're going to make money on the strategy of the don't come. So, and I just dropped a thumbtack. I don't want to step on that, so sorry, my glasses are dirty. So there's no guarantees in craps, okay? The casino has an edge on all casino games. That's why they have all the neon lights. That's why they put these games in the casinos. So walking in there and putting your money down, you're already at a disadvantage. What my goal is to give you information that will give you more of an advantage than just somebody walking into a casino and not even knowing how to play craps. So the disclaimer on these videos is that I am not guaranteeing that this strategy is going to work. I'm not guaranteeing that you're even going to win money at the casino. You may go in there, they may roll sevens, and you might lose all your money. It's gambling. That's part of what most people know about gambling. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there that this isn't a way for you to make money on a consistent basis. I'm only explaining my experience with this strategy, and hopefully you can go and do the same thing and you can win at this strategy. So with that out of the way, last night I went to the casino and I was very focused. I was focused on what I did on the simulator, and if you want to be good at something, you have to practice it over and over and over, no matter what you're trying to do. If you're playing basketball, if you're in sports, if you're going to be good at your job, you have to practice it a lot. And I've been doing this for 10 years, and I've played a lot of craps. So last night I took this strategy. I went into the casino. I started with $500 and I finished with $680. I posted this earlier. I posted it on Instagram, the chips. Actually, no, I posted it on Facebook. I just started my Instagram today, so when I'm done with the live stream, I will get the picture. Actually, maybe I can get it now. Let me see if I can find it. No, I didn't post it on... Oh, wait. Maybe I can do it right now. Yeah. Alright, save image as... This is my chips. Alright, I do have the picture. So, I did post it last night to the Facebook page. So, I'm going to... Hopefully I don't have problems posting it. Okay. I'll say I used the new strategy Craps Live. Okay. Alright, I'm posting it on Instagram right now. It is the chips that I won last night. And when I use a new strategy, I will let you guys know. This will be my strategy for the time being. And I just want to show you guys that I actually take what I explain and I actually use it for myself. So I finished plus 180. So that's another thing about this strategy, is that when you're at the casino, your bankroll is going to go up and down. Your chip stack's going to go up and down. The casino wants you to lose track of it, because if you stay long enough, eventually you'll start to lose it. So the idea is that you get in there, you start working the strategy, and you keep an eye on where your bankroll is at, and then you have to decide when to leave. So for me, anything over $100, or even if you're even money, you want to get out of there with either even money with what you came in with, or up a little bit, which is what I did. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be making thousands of dollars. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you want to get in there, get a little bit of money, and get out of there. They're going to try and distract you and take your money. Don't fall for it. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. So let me get right to explaining this strategy. Okay, so you start with $500 in your bankroll, okay? And you're on a table with a $10 minimum, so you don't have to bet $15 or $25. You only have to bet $10. So what you do, and in our simulator it says $1,000. I'm going to keep track of where the $500 is for our bankroll. So what you do is, when I bought in, I waited until the next shooter was up. And then what I did was, the button is off, and you wait until a point is established, okay? And if you're new on here, you might not know what that means, but I will get into that in a different video. But I'm going to go ahead and roll, and we're going to get a point established to start this.
They're coming out. 8. Easy 8.
Okay.
The point is 8.
So 8 is the point, and you can see the button went from off to on, and the button is on the 8. So right now what they're trying to do is they're trying to roll an 8 to get the point. And for this strategy, even though a lot of people are going to call me dumb for doing this, but the point doesn't matter for this strategy. And I know that's weird. I thought it was weird as well, but here's what you do. You do 135 across, right? So you put 25 on each number, and actually, if the 6 or the 8 are the points, it's going to be 130 across. So it'll either be 135 or 130. So as you know, on the 6 and the 8, you have to add the additional $1 or $5 to make it proper, right? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to have these numbers hit 2 times, okay? Twice. That's what you're trying to do, okay? So we're trying to hit 2 times and then regress. That is the strategy. And you guys might have heard this before. This might not be breaking news to you. I have not used this before, and it has worked out for me. So we're going to go through it pretty slowly, and we're just going to see if this works. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. 8 is the point.
Shooting for the 8. 8. Easy 8.
Okay, so they rolled an 8. They got a point. Everybody claps. Excellent. Very good. However, for us, it's not good. It's not bad. It's neutral. So, good, bad, neutral. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to list what is good, what is bad, and what is neutral. So one of the things that's neutral is the point. And any expert in craps will say the point is the best odds in the whole casino, so you should always play the point. Maybe. I mean, yeah, I agree. You're right. And for other strategies, you do want to do the point. If all you want to do is a point, that's fine. But for this video, we are going to do 135 across. So we'll get into all that in a different video. So it is neutral, it is not good, and it's not bad. So when there is, and right now the button's off, so all these bets, all the money that's up there, even if they roll a 7, you're not at risk. So it's okay right now. You know, we're not at risk. So what you want to do is you want to wait until another point is established. So let's keep going through this. I'm going to roll the dice again.
They're coming out.
8.
Hard 8.
All right.
The point is 8.
So our shooter rolled another 8, and the point is 8. The button is on. All of our money is now at risk. So what is the good numbers that we want here? 4 is good, 5 is good, 6 is good, 9 is good, and 10 is good. Okay? What is the bad numbers? 7. 7 is the bad number. Okay? Everybody at Craps knows, unless you're playing the don't pass, 7's the bad number. Okay, what's neutral? Neutral is everything else. A 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6. The point is neutral. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if you can see my screen, you have 5 good numbers, 1 bad number, and 5 neutral numbers. So when they roll the dice, there is a lot of chances that either a good number or a neutral number is going to be rolled. And you're going to make money on all the good numbers. You're not going to win or lose on the neutral numbers. So what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to hit 2 numbers. And we already rolled a couple times. The neutral numbers don't count. So you want to hit 2 numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. Let's see what happens.
Shooting for the 8. 8.
8.
Easy 8.
Okay. 8 is the point, and the point is neutral. So that's fine. They can keep rolling points, and there might be people at the table looking at you like you have over $100 out there, 2 points were hit, and you're not making any money. Patience, okay? You want to be patient with this strategy. Don't let anyone, either the other players or the dealers, they're going to give you looks. Ignore them. They're trying to distract you, okay? I'm going to keep rolling. Nothing bad has happened yet.
They're coming out.
Just keep telling yourself everything is fine.
9. 9. The point is 9.
Okay, so we weren't working, so the 9 was hit. Nothing happened. So right now, you have the option to move your bet on the 9 to the 8. So you can either move it or you can just tell them to leave it there. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So you just want to make sure that whatever the point was, like the 8, you want a bet on there. So I'm going to put a $30 bet on the 8, and we have all our bets set. Nothing bad has happened. We have not hit a good number yet. So I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Shooting for the 9.
We're walking through this.
10. Easy 10.
Okay. 10 is the good number. I'm going to change this to an 8 so we can keep track. And actually right now, the 9 is also a good number. So we have a lot of good numbers right now. So, as you noticed, our bankroll went up. Okay? We won, there was $25, and on the simulator, they take the bets down. So I'm going to put $25 back up. We made $35 on a $25 bet. And actually on a 10, it's more. And I should know that. 25 pays 32. I should know that, but this is why I'm not a craps dealer. I don't know what it pays, but it's either like $30 or $35. The 10 and the 4 are kind of weird, but anyway, moving on. The next thing that happens is we're going to keep rolling. It hit the 10. So what I do is in my chip rack, when I'm playing craps, I will even take a dollar chip and I will set it to the side because I want to make sure that I don't lose track that we have hit one of the good numbers. We only have to hit one more good number. We don't want the bad number. If we hit a good number, that is 2, and then we're regressing our bets. Okay, so I'm going to hit roll. We're going to see what happens.
Shooting for the 9. 9. The roll is 9.
Awesome. All right, so we have now hit 2 of our good numbers, and we're done. Okay, now the button's off, so you don't have to do anything until the button's back on. Okay, you're gonna tell the dealer, regress my bets, but you can wait until the button's back on. Now, as you can see, we are above $1,000 because this is going exactly as planned. Okay, so this does not include the money that's on the table. So usually I would wait till the button's back on, but I'm going to go ahead and clear all my bets. Okay, and you can see the dollar amount went up, $1,159. So we are $159 over what we started with. Now, I'm going to keep rolling. We're going to keep walking through this strategy.
They're coming out. 4. Easy 4. The point is 4.
Okay, so now the point is 4. It's no longer one of our good numbers. 8, 9, 10. So now we've already hit 2 numbers. So now we're going to go down to $10 minimum. Remember what I was saying earlier about the table minimum? So you're going to tell the dealer, take me down to 54 across. That's exactly what you're going to say. And they're going to know what that means. I've had a dealer say, what do you mean? What do you mean 54? It's 54 across. And I'm going to show you how. So it's basically $10 on each number. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And it's 54 because on the 6 and 8, you have to put $2. So it's a $12 bet on the 6, $12 on the 8. So here's why this strategy works. Okay. We made like $70 by hitting 2 of those numbers. And we were at risk of losing $135 for 2 rolls. And actually, we did like 4 or 5 rolls. So the risk is that a 7 could get rolled at any point. But with the buttons off, if they roll a 7, that's neutral. We don't care about that. But when the button's on, like right now, if a 7 is rolled, they're going to clear the table and we're going to lose all our bets. But right now, we no longer have 135 at risk. We have 54 at risk. And since we just won 70, the 54 that are at risk is the house money. So, if you can get past the first part where it's at risk, you can play with the house money. And that's why the strategy works. It's one of the best strategies I've ever seen. You are making money on the most number of place bets, and you're at risk for 2 rolls. And there's a lot of stuff I like about this. So let's go ahead and we're going to finish out this roll. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. We're going to play this out, and then
Shooting for the 4.
we can discuss it more after this.
5. The roll is 5.
Okay, so roll the 5. The simulator takes the bets down. I'm going to put $10 back on it. We just won $14. So when I was at the casino, I would collect and then I would press. So I would go every other one. So right now I just made $14 and my bet would stay up there at the casino. So as you can see, we are $133 over our initial amount, plus we still have the $54 on the table, which is not included in that amount. So what I want to do is I want to play this out all the way until the bad number is rolled. So let's go ahead and roll and see what happens.
Shooting for the 4. 5. The roll is 5.
Okay, so now the 5 has hit a couple times, so we are going to press the $5. So I'm going to add $5. It's now a $15 bet. I feel like this shooter really likes the 5, and they're going to keep rolling it. So let's just see what happens.
Shooting for the 4. 9. The roll is 9.
9 is good. So we get paid 14, and I'm going to put the $10 back on, and let's go ahead and roll again.
Shooting for the 4. 6. Hard 6.
All right, the 6 hit, and we're going to go ahead and put the $12 bet back on the 6, and we're going to keep rolling.
Shooting for the 4. 10. Easy 10.
All right, there's 10. 10 is good. I'm going to put $10 back on, and we're going to keep rolling.
Shooting for the 4. 5. The roll is 5.
The shooter, man, he likes the 5. That's what I told you guys. So we're collecting the, I believe it pays 18. $15 bet pays, or is it 21? I'm not sure. Let's keep going. $15 bet on the 5.
Shooting for the 4.
We are going to see how long we can roll.
Go 11. The roll is 11.
All right, 11 is a neutral number. It's not bad, it's not good. So we are good. There's sorry, I got a notification. Sorry about that. All right. So we rolled an 11. 11 is neutral, so we can keep going. This round
Shooting for the
is
4.
a really good round.
7. Out 7.
Okay. 7 is a bad number. They clear all the bets off the table. We lost. It's 54 plus 10, so $64 that we lost. But that is half what we would have lost with the initial bet. So right now we are plus $290. And this is just, we did it just one round of one round so far. So this is the strategy. When you have 135 at risk, if they would roll sevens right away while your 135 bet is out there, you would lose, I believe it's $405. So there is a possibility that that could happen. And my recommendation to you is if you lost $405, you should immediately leave the casino. Okay? That's a lot of money to lose, and I would recommend leaving. What I've seen on the simulator is that you would have 135 and you would lose it once, and that would be 135. So you would have, oh my god, I cannot math right now. So you would have 365 left. So what I've seen is that even if you lose the 135, $500 bankroll is enough to withstand once or twice of losing the 135. You want to have enough in your bankroll to withstand a couple bad rolls, and what you're trying to do is catch one of the good rolls. Last night I went to the casino, and there was a guy on my right and a woman on my left, and what I didn't know is that they were having really good rolls. And it's really hard to figure out who's going to have a good roll or not. So if I would have went and bet right away, I would have made a lot more money, but I wanted to watch the table for a little bit, which is what I normally do. I get my chips, I stand at the table, and then I just watch to see what's happening. The reason I do that is because there's been times where I walk up and I rush to get my money in there, and then they start rolling sevens, and before you know it, my bankroll is all shot to hell. So my recommendation is take your time, don't be in a rush. No distractions, take your time, because that is what the casino is good at. They want to rush you. They want you to throw your money in the table as fast as possible. They want you to start drinking, and they want to come and talk to you and distract you. That's their whole business model, is distracting you and rushing you for you to throw your money on the table so they can grab it up. So, my best advice to you is to take your time, okay? Only place your bets when you're ready, not when someone else is telling you to. And the second thing is, no distraction. If you're being distracted by the music and the lights and the waitress and whoever, don't play craps, okay? Go to the cashier and get your money, put it back in your wallet, and then walk around the casino and look at the lights and whatever else you want to do. But you need to stay focused if you want the strategy to work. If you want the strategy to work, please don't get distracted. Don't drink alcohol. Don't chat up the waitress for 20 minutes. Try to stay focused. So that is my advice to you. So, if you lose $405, it's time to leave the casino. Live to fight another day. You'll have $95 left, and you can put that $95 towards your next trip, and then you only would need $405 on your next trip to the casino, if you save that 95 as part of your ongoing bankroll. So, with that said, I went over how the strategy works. I gave you my advice on no distractions. There's one more thing I want to tell you, and then we're going to play for real. But I want to tell you about my old strategy. The strategy that I was trying to use before, and it's not like an official strategy, but it was the 6 and 8 strategy. So what I would do is I'm gonna roll. I'll show you what I'm doing.
They're coming out.
10. All right.
10. Easy 10.
So
the point is 10.
I waited till the point was established, and then what I would do is I would put $30 on the 6 and the 8. Okay? And my thinking behind it was that all I need is for those to hit twice, just like this strategy, and I'm not risking a lot of money out there because I'm not betting all the numbers. So then I'm going to roll and I'm going to show you what happens.
Shooting for the 10.
Maybe you get lucky. Maybe they
You're
do.
11. The roll is 11.
11 is neutral. Let's keep going.
Shooting for the 10.
I want to show you what...
8. Hard 8.
Okay, so the 8 hit, and that's good. But what I figured out in the process of playing this is that over time, the casino wears you down, okay? And you might hit it here and there. But what was happening was the 7 would get rolled and would clear off the $60. And before you know it, it's like $60, $120, $180. This is how much I was losing. $240, $300. So right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 rounds, you are already down 300, and you might get like you might hit it like once or twice, or maybe someone starts rolling them and you might get lucky that way. But it just seemed to me that I was reaching 300 and like I wasn't really making that much money. I might get lucky and maybe they'll hit the 6 and 8, but when you compare it to the new strategy, you are actually covering all the numbers, right? Because in the old strategy, there would be a 4, there would be a 9, it would be all over the place, and I wasn't making money. So with the new one, you put it at risk for 2 rolls, and then you clear it, and then you already have the house money, and then you bet with the house money, which is amazing. It's a really great feeling to look down at your chip stack, even when they roll a 7, and you look down and you still have your whole chip stack there. It's amazing. And I've tried it a few different times now. There were twice that it didn't work. One time was because the minimum was 15 instead of 10, so my whole thinking was off with, I just wasn't focused on what I needed to do. The table was really terrible. There was a guy to my left with $500 chips, and he was just throwing money at the table. He was spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and it was just bad. I should have left the table. But anyway, the other time was I went to that other casino, and they were rolling 7s, and it was the $400 time. You'll have that. You'll have bad tables, so that's just part of it. But the idea is that you can grind it out, and you can go and do this strategy, and you'll make the house money, and then you'll play with the house money, and it's a lot better than many of the other strategies out there. There is no silver bullet. There's no perfect strategy, but what I believe is this strategy is one of the best that I have seen. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the simulator and reopen it. And what we're going to do is we are going to play, we're going to play a full game of craps with the new strategy. And we're just going to see if this works. So far, there's only been 1 or 2 times where it hasn't worked. So just to prove whether it works or not, I'm going to do it right now from the beginning, and we are going to simulate having $500 instead of $1,000. And we're just going to go here, and I will keep track of the bankroll. If it gets below $600 on this counter right here, then we're going to call it quits. But we're just going to see how we do. Okay, so I'm going to get started.
They're coming out.
We are going to wait for a point.
7. Winner 7. Pay the line.
The button is off. We have no money at risk. 7 is okay. Let's keep going.
They're coming out. 9. The point is 9.
All right, we got a point. 135 across. Wow, let me try that again. 125, 130, 135. So you're not betting the point, you're betting all the other numbers, and we're trying to hit it twice. So let's see what happens.
Shooting for the 9. 6. Easy 6.
6 is good. That is 1. Okay? Try not to forget how many times you hit it. So we're putting the bet back up there. We need one more roll. Let's see what we got.
Shooting for the 9. Craps 12.
12 is neutral. So let me pull up the good, bad, neutral. Let me put up, hopefully you can see it. Yeah. So right now, 9 is neutral. We have the 4 is good. So these are there's 5 good numbers. Put 5. 5 good, 1 bad, and 5 neutral. Alright, and if I miss anything, I apologize. So the 12 is rolled, it's neutral, and we are going to see what happens. So let's roll the dice.
Shooting for the 9. 5. The roll is 5.
5 is good. Okay, now 5 is good. So at this point, you tell the dealer, regress me down to 54 across. So they're going to clear it out. And you go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 2 on the 6, 2 on the 8. Wow, I missed the 8. Let me start that over again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 2 here, and 2 here. Okay, 54 across. Now, we have house money. Okay? That's what we have right now. So let's roll the dice, see what happens.
Shooting for the 9. 8. Easy 8.
Alright, that's a good number. Let's put our $12 back up there. We collected, and you'll tell the dealer, same bet. Same bet means whatever you just won, they're going to hand that to you. Same bet. We're going to
Shooting for the
money
9. 4. Easy 4.
4 is good. Let's keep going. We'll put our $10 bet back up there. Let's go again.
Shooting for the 9. 8. Easy 8.
8 is wonderful. I love 8. All right. So we had $12. We already made a little bit of money, so we're going to press up to 18. Just ignore that other dollar. We're going to press it a little
Shooting for the
bit
9.
and see if it'll hit again.
10. Easy 10.
10 is good. So we collect the 10. We're going to put $10 back on. Roll it again.
Shooting for the 9.
$14 every time we roll.
6. Hard 6.
6 is good. Collect the 6. Let's go ahead and press it to 18. And let's see if it'll hit the 6 again.
Shooting for the 9. 5. The roll is 5.
There we go. Collect the 5. Very good. We're going to put $10 back on there. Let's keep going. We won $14.
Shooting for the 9. 8. Easy 8.
There you go. We won the 8. So we had 18. So I'm going to put $18 back on the 8. And let's see what happens.
Shooting for the 9. 9. The roll is 9.
There you go. So we got the point. We made some money. Right now, we are plus 301. Okay? We have $1,301. We started with 999, so technically 302. Okay? And our bets are still up there. Okay? This is why the strategy is so good. You get to the house money as fast as possible. You don't put your bankroll at risk for that long, and you have the potential on these long rolls of making money. So let's keep going. They just had a point. The other thing you can do, since you have $300 now, you can go ahead and put $10 on the pass line. Okay, you can afford to do that now. Before, early on, when it was your bankroll, I want to limit how much money is at risk, but now that we have the house money, we get a little bit more aggressive and having some fun now. So let's go ahead and roll, and we'll see what happens.
They're coming out. 7. Winner 7. Pay the line.
Okay, we rolled a 7. Normally, the 7 is bad, but the button is off. So the 7 is neutral. And actually, we put $10 on the pass line, and when you roll a 7 or 11, you win on the pass line. If you roll a 2, 3, or 12 craps, you lose the $10. So we just rolled a 7, and it was actually a good 7 because the button's off. Okay, so that's what just happened. So I'm putting $10 back on the pass line, and we're gonna keep going.
They're coming out.
We will keep going until the bad number is rolled.
Easy 8. The point is 8.
All right, so the point is 8. We have money on there, and since we're ahead on our bankroll, I'm going to tell them to go ahead and leave it. So we actually have a pass line bet. So actually, I would tell them to move it to the 9, $15 9. They'll give you $3 and change. In this simulator, another request would be to be able to manually take down your bets, but you can't do it, so we're going to go ahead and let this ride. The point is 8, so let's just see what happens.
Shooting for the 8. 7. Out 7.
7. So that is the bad 7, and as you can see, the table is cleared. Very sad. People lost their money. But for us, we are at the exact same point that we were before the roll started. So far, we are up $302. And to be honest with you, I would probably leave the casino right now. Even though myself, like most people, you're having a good time, you're winning money, you want to stay. But that is a casino's business model, is that if you win money, they want you to stay and keep playing until you lose it. So this is what happened last night, is that I was up a little bit of money, and I just made the decision that I would rather leave and be up a little bit than to keep playing and lose the money that I just won. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. We've been live for about an hour. So in the casino, when you go, you might go there and maybe you're only there for 15 minutes. Right now, the amount of time we played would probably be maybe about 30 minutes. But the important thing is to recognize what your bankroll is, what your chip count is, and you have to make the decision for yourself. When should you leave the casino? My recommendation is anytime you are up, or if you're even, you should leave. One thing that you could do is you could take the original 500 that you came with and you could put it in your pocket, in your wallet. You could go cash in 500. You could somehow separate it out from the other money that you have, and then you could still do the 135 across with the $300. But the craps table can change very quickly. So I have recommendations, but it's completely up to each player on what your decision is. If I would be completely honest with you, having $300 more in your pocket, to me, would be a very good night. So I would be heading to the cashier's cage at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap this up, and we're just gonna call tonight a win of $300. So I want to thank all of you for joining and watching the stream. I'm going to continue to try this strategy out both on the simulator and at the casino. If you try it out and either good or bad, please let us know how it went, what happened, and what you think of this strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up, but I will be seeing you guys next time when I'm online again, and Have fun out there and keep me posted.